I found a beautiful chalet for sale in the mountains of São Paulo. It has 4 bedrooms with beautiful views, 4 bathrooms, a large pool house and swimming pool, and a very nice garden. And the total size of the property, including the pool house, is 382 square meters, and the total size of the plot of land is 3,000 square meters. And it's located in a gated community in the town of Campos do Jordão, which is a very affluent, organized and safe town in the mountains in the state of São Paulo. It has about 50,000 inhabitants, and it's about a 2-hour drive from the city of São Paulo. And the estate agent selling this property is Imóveis em Campos do Jordão, and I'll leave a link to them in the description below. So let's have a look at this property. So this is the front of the house, and you can see it's on quite a steep slope, and you've got a small gate and fence here. But that's not for security, because it's in a gated community with 24-hour security. And then the actual chalet, I think, looks really nice. It's made out of brick, and it's all been painted white. It's got a very nice pitched roof, and a large porch in the front. And then you've got the driveway going up the slope to the side of a house where there's a garage. So the main house is 220 square meters, which is 2,360 square feet. And here you can see the side of a house, and from this angle it looks less like a chalet. And then you can see the garage as well to the left, which is quite big, and you can fit 2 cars inside there. And to the left here you've got a deck and a seating area. And also straight ahead you can see that circle there, which is a fire pit. And then also they've got a gas barbecue as well, which isn't very common in Brazilian houses. Brazilians in general like charcoal barbecues, but this house also has charcoal barbecues. There's one in the garage and one in the pool house as well. And there's lots of trees surrounding this decking, so some of these are on the property, but then the trees further away in the background there, they're not on the property, but they're in a protected forest, which means that they'll never be cut down, and no one can start building a house right next to this one. And then the garden goes up this hill, and then at the far end there you can see the pool house, and beyond the pool house is where the garden ends. And I really like the windows on this house, so they're colonial style with a grid pattern. And then you've got the shutters as well, and I think it just gives the property a lot of character. So now let's go to the front porch, and then let's have a look inside the house. And the front porch is really big and long, and it's got some nice views. And here you can see the road that goes past the house in the gated community. And it's actually a dirt gravel road rather than asphalt, and they've done that to give the gated community a more rustic feel. So let's go in, and straight away you come into the living room, with a nice fireplace here to the right. And this is actually a gas fireplace. So the firewood they've got here to the right is actually just for decoration. And then behind the fireplace you've got a dining room. You can see the mantelpiece has this grey distressed wood. And you'll see it when we go through the house that they've used this wood a lot. You can see they've used it also here in the ceiling as well. And I like the fact that the living room's quite open plan. It's quite big, nice wooden floors. It's got lots of big windows as well, so lots of natural light comes in. And then beyond the fireplace you have a dining room, which is also a good size. So here you can easily fit a large dining table. And then right next to it you have a small TV room or sitting room. Again, lots of windows, but it's not the biggest. I think you'd struggle to get a sofa in here if you want to turn it into a real TV room. And here you can see the stairs leading up to the second floor. And to the right here you have a bathroom. And you can see the fixtures and fittings in this house, so the sink and the tap and everything. They're kind of an old-fashioned, more traditional style, which I think fits this house really well. But I guess some people might want something a bit more modern. And then you've got a kitchen to the left here, but first let's have a look at the downstairs bedroom. So this bedroom has an ensuite, which is nice and a good size. And then there's some built-in wardrobes on the other side. And then here's the downstairs bedroom, which is a decent size. It's got some nice windows. And to the right here you can see an electric radiator. So this house doesn't have central heating. So you see lots of these portable electric radiators around this house. And actually in Campos do Jordão, the winters can get pretty cold. It can actually go down below 0 degrees Celsius in winter. So the fact that this house doesn't have central heating is a bit of a negative, but it does have solar panels. So you can switch on these electric radiators and it won't cost you that much. And let's go into the kitchen. So the kitchen isn't the biggest and looks a bit dated, I guess. You can see all the cupboards are in white as well, so the people living here really like the color white. And then you have a small breakfast area here as well, which is quite cozy. And then you have some patio doors here leading out to another deck with another seating area. So one thing this property has a lot is outside sitting areas, that's for sure. And here to the left you have a breakfast bar. So yeah, the kitchen's okay, but not too impressive. And then in here you have the utility or laundry room, with another door out to the decking. And then on the other side you have a door to the garage as well. So in this garage you can fit 2 cars, and the driveway is pretty big as well. But one thing I notice is there is no garage door, and for some reason they love to do this in Brazil. They build garages without putting garage doors in, which I find pretty strange because I want to have a garage door so I can close the garage off when I want to. But I've seen a lot of properties here in Brazil with no garage doors. And to the left here you have charcoal barbecue in the garage, but it's not used that much because there's a much nicer charcoal barbecue in the pool house, which we'll see later. Then finally to the left you have a maid's room and bathroom as well, which is pretty common in large Brazilian properties, especially the older houses, because in the past it would be quite common for maids to live in the property. But these days it's less common, so you can convert this into a storage area, or maybe even put the laundry room in here, and then extend the kitchen into the laundry room. Okay, so now let's go upstairs, and we've got another 3 bedrooms. So coming up, one thing you'll notice is upstairs you've got carpets, which is super normal in many European countries and in the States as well, but here in Brazil that's not common at all. Usually they have wooden flooring, vinyl or tiles. So here's the one of the bathrooms upstairs, which is nice, a bit dated I guess, but it's pretty good. And then here's the first bedroom, which is a decent size, so they put 2 single beds in here. And you can see the grey wood that we saw downstairs, they've used that in the ceiling here upstairs. I'm not sure if I'm a great fan of that, but that can be easily fixed by painting it. And then across the hallway is the second bedroom, which is similar size to the other one that we saw, also with the grey carpet and the grey ceiling. And again it has an ensuite, which looks identical to the other one. And here's the master bedroom, with a nice fireplace. And this is a bigger size, and I think it looks really nice, especially with the balcony doors leading out to the balcony. And then you have a small office area, and then a walk-in closet, which looks a bit tight with the slanting ceiling. And then let's have a look at the ensuite bathroom. Also, this is a bigger size, although the slanting ceiling does make it look smaller than it actually is. And the bathroom has a bathtub, which isn't very common in Brazilian bathrooms at all. So Brazilians like showers rather than baths. But this bathroom also has a shower at the other end to the left there. Here you can see another portable electric radiator as well. So they've got one in every bedroom. And then let's have a look at the balcony. This is a very nice balcony. The views are very nice. And yeah, I wouldn't mind waking up to views like this, that's for sure. So yeah, I really like the master bedroom. It's a good size, and then it has this beautiful balcony. So now let's have a look at the garden and also the pool house. So this is the garden to the right of the property, and at the top of the garden there you can see the pool house. And to the right here they've got a really big playground. I mean, yeah, this looks like a playground you would have in a park. I mean, it's that big. You've got slides and swings. You even got a little small house there at the far end. So yeah, that's quite an impressive playground. And this path leads up to the pool house, and on the way you have this little summer house, I guess you would call it. So that's pretty cool, and I guess you can use it for various things. So it seems like they've got a TV in there and some chairs. but you can use it for a lot of other things. And then you need to carry on walking up this path to get to the pool house. And here you can see the neighbor's house a bit as well. And you can see the hedge here where the garden ends. So now we're at the top of a hill. So here you have another fire pit with seating. So like I said before, this property has a lot of seating areas out in the garden. And then here's the pool house, which was constructed quite recently. So the total size is 160 square meters. So you've got the pool to the left, and the pool's got one of these infinity borders. I mean, it's not the biggest pool. I mean, what can you do? 2 or 3 strokes maximum in this pool? I mean, yeah, I personally would prefer the bigger swimming pools so you can actually do some swimming. But it does look very nice though, especially with the decking around it. And at the back of the pool house, you have a bathroom. Looks very modern, so big contrast to the bathrooms in the actual main property. And I like the tiles they've used on the walls, kind of a 3D effect. And let's go inside the pool house and have a look. So there's a big deck outside the pool house. You can also see how high up the pool house is as well. So the main property is much further down. And let's go inside and have a look. And this pool house is pretty impressive. So it has this really big modern kitchen with lots of storage and worktops, with a big island here with a stove and oven and another sink. So there are 2 sinks in the kitchen. And I think it looks really nice and modern, but it's a completely different style to the main property down below. And then you have this big charcoal barbecue as well, with lots of grills, and you can adjust the height, and it looks very sophisticated. And then next to it, you have a really big dining area as well, with a very big dining table. I mean, that table has, what, 12 seats? And then to the right here, you have a little storage area and another bathroom. So they've got 2 bathrooms in this pool house. And then beyond that, you have a really big sitting area as well. Oh, with a card table as well. So, I mean, this pool house is massive, bigger than many people's homes. So, I mean, I think this pool house looks great, but I don't think the location of it is the best. Because you're going to be walking up and down this hill a million times from the house to the pool house, if you want to use the kitchen up here or do entertaining. And so it's not the most practical. I think it would have made more sense to put this pool house closer to the main house, so where the playground was, or not even build this pool house, instead build an extension to the main house. So build a kitchen extension, and so put this nice kitchen in the main house, and also extend the dining room and the TV room, which I thought both were on the small side. And yeah, in my head, that would have made more sense, rather than build this massive separate pool house at the top of a hill, which requires you to walk up a hill every time. Okay, so that's the property, and you probably want to know what the asking price is. It is 5,150,000 reais, which is $990,000. And yeah, that is a lot of money. You have to remember this property is located in the gated community in one of the most affluent towns in the state of São Paulo. And also you are getting 2 large properties on a large plot of land. I mean, I personally think there's lots of positives about this property. I really like the outside of a chalet. I think it looks really nice. And I also really like the open plan living room and the master bedroom with the balcony and the beautiful views. And also the big garden as well with lots of trees. But there are a few negatives. So first of all, the fact that the property is located on quite a steep slope, and also that the pool house is so high up and far away from the main property is quite a big drawback, I think. And also the interior of the main house, so the kitchen and some of the bathrooms, they're a bit dated. And so you're going to have to spend a fair bit of money refurbishing those. And so overall, I think they're asking for a lot of money for a property which has a few drawbacks. So I hope you like this video. Please leave a like, subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave in the comment section below. So thanks for watching. Until next time.